Hello there, welcome to Fightmaster Yoga. I am Lesley Fightmaster. I am so glad that you're here today. From the bottom of my heart, I welcome you to your practice. So we're just going to start sitting nice and tall. We are back in San Juan, Capistrano, where I've done a lot of filming in the past, but haven't in a while. So as you're here, close your eyes and take a moment to set your intention. May our practice give us energy and strength, as well as flexibility both on and off of our mats. And add your own intention. We're going to come into virasana. So I have a block between my ankles I'm sitting back on. You could sit your hips on the floor or on the heels. You could sit up on two blocks if you like. As you inhale, reach your arms forward, interlacing fingers, press the palms out, and lift the arms up. Watch that your rib cage doesn't pop out. Do the best that you can to spin your triceps, your upper arms forward, and draw your shoulder blades gently toward the waist. Just around the neck, try to find a little release, and then release the hands. Inhale again, bring them forward. Put the other pinky on the bottom, palms face out. Again, take the arms up. If you can't reach your arms up by your ears, it's fine. Bring them forward. Just make sure that your rib cage isn't popping out and your lower back isn't overarching. Keep the chin level with the floor as you take your Ujjayi breaths. Take another long breath and release it. Now roll your shoulders back and back and back. One more time back. And now take your arms out to a T. Roll your shoulders forward so that you can take either your fists or palms together behind you and then roll them back. Again, lifting the chest without letting the rib cage pop out. Rolling shoulder heads back, widening across your collarbones. Keep the chin level. And then release, and now roll shoulders forward and forward and forward. And then inhale, both arms up. Spin your right tricep forward and then take your left arm on top of your right elbow. Or take it behind you and interlace your hands or hold on to your shirt. Try and roll your left shoulder back as your right tricep continues to spin forward. And again, watch that the rib cage hasn't popped out. Doing a little stretching of the shoulders and release that. And now left arm up, spin tricep forward, bend the left elbow and take your right arm behind your back. You can hold on to your shirt or your hand, whatever you can reach, or use a strap. Then roll your right shoulder back, and as you're lifting your left arm up, make sure you're spinning the tricep forward. Draw ribs in and lengthen through all four sides of the waist. Take another long breath and release that. And you can move that block out of the way and then make your way onto hands and knees table. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin and tailbone, and then exhale, round the back, press away from the floor. And again, inhale, widen across your collarbones. As you exhale, round the back, pressing away from the floor. Inhale, bring the heart forward through the gates of your arms, and exhale, press away from the floor. Then make a neutral spine. Extend your right leg back, lift it from the inner thigh. Keep ribs and belly lifted, left arm forward and balance. Inhale here, keep your gaze just slightly forward. And then as you exhale, bring your elbow and knee right down the center like you're moving through water. So inhale, reach out. Now make your own resistance as you exhale, draw it all into center. And again, inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale to extend and release, but keep the leg up now. Pointing the toes under, draw your left knee into chest and then exhale to plank. Inhale, right knee into chest, and exhale to plank. Take a breath, and then release back down to the knees, and we'll do the other side. So next inhale, left leg back, so tuck the toes under, then lift it straight up. Drop the outer left hip down, keep the ribs and belly pulled in, right arm forward. Stretch out through the arm and the leg. Continue to pull ribs and belly in and up. I don't know if you heard little Emma there. And then exhale, draw your elbow knee to center. Inhale, reach out. And again, like you're moving through water. Exhale, pull it in through the center. Inhale, extend. Make sure to drop the outer left hip. Exhale, draw it in. Lift the belly. Inhale, reach. Now, put the arm down. And then keep the leg straight. Set it down. Draw right knee in. And then you can come to the knees if you need to. Plank, left knee in. Exhale, plank. Knees can come down if you need. And then lift the hips and come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And now this first one, just bicycle the legs and move any way you like to warm up. Then bend both of your knees, stretch back it really long, and down dog. Now, anytime you want to break, please push the pause button, take the knees down. It's always your choice. Next, inhale, make your way to plank pose. Knees can be up or down, your choice. As you exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Try to have your whole body touch at once. Then interlace fingers behind you or hook your thumbs. Lift your shoulder heads, pull your belly in. Inhale for Shalabhasana. Reach the knuckles toward the heels. Inner thighs spin up. Keep the back of your neck long. Belly's pulling away from the floor. And then release. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, little cobra. Or into up dog. If you're in up dog, get your thighs and your knees up. Exhale, lift up and over for downward facing dog. Gaze between knees or feet. Pull in through the ribs and the belly. Arms and ears are in line here. Then come back to plank. Again, knees can be up or down. Shift forward about an inch and slow as you can, lower all the way down to your belly. So using all your core muscles. And then interlace other pinky or thumb on top. Roll the shoulders away from the floor. Lift up, Shalabhasana. Keep lifting your hip points up toward your lower ribs as you reach your knuckles toward the heels and reach your sitting bones toward the heels. Keep the back of your neck long and lower. Hands by low ribs. Inhale, little cobra or up dog. Shoulders above wrists. Exhale, lift up and back for downward facing dog. Then lift your right leg up as you inhale. Exhale, knee toward nose, shoulders over wrists, and then set it up by the right hand. If you have a block handy, you can take it underneath your left hand, pull the right hip back, and then reach your right arm up for a little twist. So lift your left hip away from the floor as you pull your right hip back, and then inhale. Take your left arm up and reach your arms out to a T, shoulders above the hips. Make sure your knees above the ankle, and then turn toward the front of the mat. Keep lifting hip bones toward low ribs, tuck back toes under, maybe lift the back knee off the floor. And then tilt your pelvis gently forward as you keep ribs and belly drawing in. And then take the knee back down, hands down, straighten the front leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend over the straight front leg. If you can't reach the floor with your hands, use your block or blocks if you've got them. Or you can use whatever you can find to prop you up. Bend the front knee, come to plank, and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts from the inner thigh. Exhale, draw it forward, shoulders over wrists, hug it in, and then set it up by the left hand. Take right hand on block or on the floor. Pull your left hip back, reach your right arm up. Now, best as you can, lift your right hip away from the floor. So you try to twist from above the waist, hips staying level. Then arms to a T, still with that twist. Shoulders above the hips. Left knee over ankle, and now sink forward, arms by ears. Draw the left hip back, keep ribs and belly pulling in. And then option to tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee off the floor, but then drop your hips down, lift your hip bones up. And left knee over ankle. Lengthen through all four sides of your waist, spin triceps in, and then set that knee back down. Now straighten the left leg. Pulling the left hip back, and you can see you can have hands on the block or blocks if it's hard to reach the floor. Stretching out the hamstrings a bit. Take a breath here. And then rebend that knee, tuck the toes, come to plank. And slowly chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows. Then inhale to press into up dog, shoulders above wrists. Exhale, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the knees down. You can rest anytime, but from here we're going to take dolphin pose. So forearms down, make sure your elbows are in line with your wrists. Lift your hips, stretch back, press a little extra into the thumb and first finger side of your hand, spin triceps back. Now step back about a foot, bring your chest forward for dolphin plank. And chest forward, try to get your hips and shoulders in line. Keep reaching your sitting bones toward the heels as you're lifting away from the floor. Then walk your feet back in again for dolphin. Who knew dolphin could be so comfortable? After dolphin plank, it certainly is. So keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. And then come onto the knees for down dog, or you can press right up from dolphin pose into down dog if that works for you. So again, arms, shoulders distance, feet, hips distance apart. Now take your feet about as wide as the mat. Stretch out your hamstrings, backs of the calves a little bit more. Stretch your back and shoulders a little bit more, and then walk your hands back to your feet. We'll come into Malasana. Drop your hips down. If it's painful on your knees at all, keep your hips higher. You can keep them as high as the knees or higher than the knees. You could also sit on a block here. Make sure the knees and toes point in the same direction. So some people might have their feet parallel with the outsides of the mat and their knees are straight ahead, and that's fine too. Now we're just stretching out the back, stretching out the hips, and then walk yourself back out into downward facing dog. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then looking forward, lightly step or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen, and exhale to fold. Press down through the feet, rise up as you inhale. Keep the ribs drawing in. Exhale, bring hands to the heart into Samastitihi. We're going to do a little upside down work, a little handstand work. Inhale first, arms reach up. Practice drawing your ribs in, and then exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, step to plank. Chaturanga, keep the belly lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. And then to the knees. Find a wall near you if you have it. Now, you don't have to go all the way into a handstand, of course. But we'll set up in down dog, arms, shoulders distance, spin triceps back and biceps forward. Press into the thumb, first finger side of the hand. Then walk your feet in a little bit. Shorter down dog. Right foot forward. Lift the left leg up from the inner thigh and maybe just take a little hop. Keep your gaze slightly in front of you. So you can practice just little hops. Just little hops and then take a rest. Now, I encourage you to do this a little bit longer. I wanted to keep this video at 20 minutes, but if you have more time to play with this, I encourage you to do so. You can practice kicking up the right leg first and the left leg first, see what you like. And we'll do it one more time. So stepping one foot and lift the left leg up from the inner thigh. And maybe this time you'll hop up and find the wall or find some balance. Keep your ribs pulling in. Reach your sitting bones up towards your heels. Keep pressing away from the floor. And when you're done, make sure to take a child's pose. So always want to do a child's pose after going upside down so that you don't get dizzy. Now again, I encourage you to keep playing with that if you would like to. But if you're a little bit short on time and you have to keep moving, let's come to downward facing dog. So turn again toward the front of the mat. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga all the way down to the floor. Press all 10 toenails down. Inhale, little Shalabhasana. Lift the legs. Keep shoulder heads lifted. Keep reaching sitting bones to heels. And then release and rest. And again, inhale, lift up Shalabhasana. Maybe this time, if you'd like, you can reach the little toe sides of the feet for Dhanurasana, lifting the feet up, pressing the legs back as you continue to lift hip bones toward lower ribs. And release and rest. Inhaling into upward dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. And then looking forward, we'll come through and sit. And then extend the legs in front of you in Dandasana. Sit up nice and tall. You can always sit up on the edge of a blanket or pillow. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, first just come in a little bit forward. So at first we won't reach for the feet, and then when you feel like you're ready to go in a little bit deeper, maybe reach for the feet. But keep the spine really long. Now keep the legs as they are, right hand behind and left arm across to the leg anywhere and twist. So as you inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, roll right shoulder back and twist. Keep the feet flexed, the ankles flexed. And then we'll switch. Right arm across, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale to twist. Keep flexing the ankles, but keep the heels pressing down as well. Then come to center, both arms up, inhale. And now we'll go in a little deeper. Lengthen as you inhale, extend as you exhale. So even as you're going in deeper, avoid rounding the upper back very much. If you cannot round it at all, that's great. If you have a little bit of rounding, it's okay, but try not to round too much. Head up, inhale, and release. Feet down, fingertips forward, knees bent, reverse table. This is a great chest opener. It's a great anti-chaturanga or reverse chaturanga. It's also a great reverse forward fold. And then sitting back down, we'll come onto the back. Take your right ankle just past your left knee, flex the ankle, thread the needle, hold on to the left shin or hold on behind the thigh, and draw your right hip forward as you're here. Now keep the legs in the same position. Let your legs go over to the left and look over the right shoulder. If that is uncomfortable, then you can take your legs in a more comfortable position for the twist. Come to center, left ankle just past right knee. Flex the ankle, hold on to the right shin or behind the right thigh. Draw that left hip forward and then take it across to the right side for your twist. And again, if that's an uncomfortable position, do another position for your twist. Back through center, hug knees into chest. And then we'll make our way into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. Take a few moments to get nice and comfortable in your Shavasana. Let your feet flop open, arms by your sides, palms facing up. I have a little quote from Goethe, Johann Wolfgang Goethe. Whatever you do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius and power and magic in it. Be back in a moment. Just rest. Right where you are, start to take some longer breaths. Start to move fingers and toes and hands and feet. Stretch your arms overhead, bend your knees, roll yourself onto your right side. Thank yourself for taking your practice today. Well done. Come on up to seated. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart and then hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. Let's send this positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and please go to fightmasteryoga.com. I have all kinds of retreats and workshops coming up. And then visit us at patreon.com and become a member because we would love for you to join. Have a great day. Bye.